What has Amazon and Apple and other big companies that are household names got in common, including the C.H.E.K Institute? And what it is that they started off fantastic. The Apple device was really brilliant, and now when you buy an Apple device, you're paying up to £1,000. They've changed all the cables, they've changed everything just to suck you in as a cash cow. And the same with Amazon. Amazon products, buy supplements, they might be fake. You buy products, they don't turn up on time. Their refund policy is pretty good, but you have bots that run everything when you're trying to sort things out. Now, when it comes to the C.H.E.K Institute, it started off in 1995. I wasn't studying fitness then. It wasn't until 98, 99 that I was getting really into training and fitness, but really started when I was 19, and I'm 55 now. So it just seems to me that as soon as a company gets really big, they forget the people that made them big in the first place. And that's why the quality of the C.H.E.K Institute has gone down the toilet. As in, you can do IMS 1 and call yourself a practitioner. How can you call yourself a practitioner when Paul says you're not a practitioner till you reach level 4 and you've been passed by him personally, like I was? So it's showing the same thing as Apple. You know, they've got all these cameras on the phone that you don't really need, and it makes the phone wobbly when it sits on the counter. The same with the Institute, weakening their own brand with Paul's addictive habits of smoking, you know, tobacco and other stuff. It's not just going to be tobacco, let's be real, in the videos. And then you've got Gavin that drives around in an electric car. What is that doing to the planet? How is that going to be biodegradable and break down? And it's supposed to be the CEO of the Institute that drives around in an electric car. So how many other things does he really do against the Chek principles? If that makes sense. Myself, I eat organic. I always make sure if I buy anything electronic, I've got a Mac M3 that takes up less power, got a fridge that takes up less power, washing machine. I walk everywhere, so I'm always keeping myself still in shape and physically fit. And this is what annoys me about these big companies. Like, if you look at YouTube now, constant ads and stuff like that in which to get you to sign up for their plan, and then they still give you ads even though you sign up for their plan. So it just makes you think that the world has got greedier. Not the people, it's the people running the big companies that got greedier. Paul had a nice little semi-detached place in a nice countryside area of San Diego, and then he gets super greedy and gets, you know, 141 acres, I think that's right, heaven house. So just greed on greed on greed, and then they go against their own philosophy. Oh, the water's going to run out. Oh, the food is going to run out. Oh, the world is going to end. But if you've got a massive house, heaven house, how much water is that taking? How much water does it need to feed the farm animals? How much water does it need in which to feed the plants around the area? It's going to be huge amounts, isn't it? So really, they've gone totally away from their own principles for pure greed. It's pure greed and nothing but pure greed. But instead of making it like from 1995 onwards, they've never made it a vocational qualification because they don't want to pay the money and they don't want to give the secrets away. But that's bullshit. Why don't you just water it down, give them the bits that are logically and scientifically proven, so then you get the certificate for all your students so they can say that I've got a valid certificate. At the moment, none of it is valid anywhere in the world. So all I've seen is they've made the 3-year program even more expensive But is it more expensive because they're not making enough money because the company's going to fold up? I think it is. And the reason why I think it is, think about it ecologically. You can't buy the forward head caliper and all the equipment that you need for 3 to 6 months. Who the fuck is going to pay in advance? You don't go online and go, right, I want a new sofa, I'm going to wait 3 months for it. You go online, you pay your money, you want it the next couple of days or in 10 days. Then they still have done no C.H.E.K Institute videos, no C.H.E.K Academy videos. It's only Paul uploading for Spirit Gym. Then racking up the fees as well. Like Energize Fitness, where I worked during COVID, that was £30 a month. It's now £65 a month. No swimming pool, no sauna, no jacuzzi, no steam. Why the fuck are you going to pay that money? The same with the C.H.E.K Institute qualification. If you can call yourself a master at level 1, if you can call yourself a practitioner, at level 1, just do level 1 and go fuck you. Or fuck you. Because what's the point in going all the way to the top, you know, spending all your money, making your bank balance smaller, well their bank balance gets bigger, you get to level 5 and you have these useless bits of paper. Now, if physio studios and say the third space said, right, we want a level 5 practitioner in all of our gyms, then it'd be worth going all that way. And this is where you can tell it's just about Paul's own greed and own wealth. It's all about their own greed. It's not about you learning amazing things. If it was about you learning amazing things, why don't they teach the number one thing, the diaphragm release and how to clear the chakras? So chakras first, higher self and all that stuff. Then release the diaphragm day 1. Because I can tell you 1,000%, if you release that diaphragm in the client, it makes so many huge changes. I've had clients go, my back pain is completely gone. My neck pain is completely gone. One guy had a massive pain coming down his neck and I could see the vein pulsating. And I'm like, just lay on the bed and do this breathing exercise for me. He done it. I released his diaphragm. Then I could see this going, pulsating. And then a week later, I texted him, said, how's your neck? You still got the issue? No, Scott, it's completely gone. Have you been practicing the breathing exercises I taught you? Yes. Are you staying away from sugar? Yes. Do you see my point? So they're stretching it out so you become a cash cow and then you end up with this certificate that's not valid anywhere. If it was valid and, you know, the physio was going, right, we need to work for, you know, the physio studio says, right, we need to get a level 5 practitioner working here, or say one of the top gyms in London, the Third Space or David Lloyd, then it would definitely be valid and worth it. But it's not. It's not valid anywhere. Only by them. And then they have the cheek to charge you a license when you've already fucking paid them, ripping you off even more for a license that nobody asked for. That's my point. If I buy a license, my doorman's license that I've showed before, I can get work. I can throw somebody out. I can do a preemptive strike. I can say to somebody, you're leaving, and get paid for it. But that license does fuck all. And when they're like, somebody commented, oh, they're doing that because they'll email you and tell you that you need to renew it and do more qualifications. Yeah, because it's about them making more fucking money out of you, you twat. It's not about them looking after you. It's about them making more money out of you. And like I said in other videos, when is an estimated £32 million enough? Just pure, utter greed. And he talks holistic. Oh, I'm going to smoke tobacco. I'm not addicted. And I'm a clairvoyant, but I've not been to see Scott yet because it's all bullshit. If it was real, we would have done it. And then I would have done a video on it. Paul, come to see me. We had a chat. Fucking hell, blew my mind. And I'm a remote viewer. Complete and utter bollocks as well. No proof, no evidence. If he had proof and evidence, then I would believe it. Oh, I helped these guys. They were trapped in a snow drift or a mountain. They put their name in blood. I'm sure he got that from Cliffhanger, the movie with Sylvester Stallone. And if he did do that, it would be in the media. He's a famous person. It would be all over the world. And Paul being Paul would do a plaque this big about it. Because his ego is so big. I don't even know how he gets through the doors. Because his head's so big, for fuck's sake. All the bullshit he comes out with. Oh, one way to make money out of people is to tell them that they're going to die and that the world is ending. And that's what he does in every video. Oh, the water's running out. No, it fucking isn't. Yes, it's highly polluted in England now, and I have all these cleaning things to make sure I don't drink any shit water. But I can see what he's saying 100%. But it's not to the degree that he's putting in the videos, because all he wants is to cash cow you and get money out of you. That's why the spirit gym is spirit bollocks. Because you'll do the spirit gym and he'll go, I've spoken to Rudolf Steiner. I've spoken to this other philosopher. Well, fucking prove it then. But he can't, because it's all BS in which to get in your head and to get in your wallet. That's all what it's all about. If he could do them things, he would be on NBC News. Oh, Mr. Chek's a clairvoyant. He can travel through walls. He can do this. He can do that. It's all complete bollocks. He'd be 10 times as famous as what he is now, and he'd be charging, instead of $700 an hour and ripping people off for 30 years, he'd be charging $10,000 just for 1 hour. It's all complete bollocks until he proves me wrong. But he hasn't, because his ego's in the way and I'm lifting off his mask. So remember that. He's read a lot of books. Yes, that's fantastic. He's bought a lot of books. Yes, it's fantastic. But I've heard on the grapevine he buys books and sticks them on the shelf. Doesn't read all of them. So the next time you're having a coaching session with him or you're talking to him, go and pick a book off the shelf and go, right, let's see if Paul knows what this book says. And if he ums and ahs, then you know it's all bullshit. The same as me saying, come and visit me as a clairvoyant. Come and visit me. Come on visit me. Show me that it's real. It's all bollocks. Especially the mountain thing. If that was true, it would be in the media everywhere. He would be working for the CIA on the side to get more money. Because you know he's not addicted to money. Even though he's got estimated £32 million in the bank. And then they talk about the water drying up. Well, the water's drying up because you've got 2 wives, yourself, and 2 children. Or is it 4? I don't know how many kids it is, but all drinking all that water. You know, being parasites, sucking off the planet. Can you see how fucking stupid it is? And then having, oh, this is the best qualification in the world. You've got to study with Paul Chek. Yeah, it's going to cost you nearly 30, 40k to get to the top. But it don't mean fuck all anywhere. Why would they not spend 50k, 100k on getting it recognised? Then it shuts me up. And more people will go, oh, do you hear about Paul Chek? I'm now doing a master's with a university. So it will give it more value. Then he could charge even more. And how come the C.H.E.K Institute only has 11 Google reviews when they say they've worked and helped 75,000 on one page and 60,000 on another? They can't make up their mind. Typical druggies can't make up their mind. Oh, shall I do drugs tonight? No, I won't do drugs. Yeah, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Exactly the fucking same. If the Institute was that great and that fantastic, they would have at least 10 to 20,000 reviews. They would never have to advertise. They would never have to stick old videos out where my new blogs are saying, oh, the C.H.E.K Institute is great, like Troy Casey did with that cyclist that smashed his back up. The video is like 9 years old. And they put it out again, thinking that people won't realise. Of course they will. It's an absolute joke. It's really sad. Whereas when I did it, the teachers were amazing, very, very high level, especially Janet, Emma, Jon Bowskill, Mark Buckley, were all fucking brilliant in my view. Then they changed it all. In my view, they fucked it all up. Because I don't think Emma would have threatened me like Matt Walden. I don't think Jon Bowskill would slap me on the head. Seems a really respectful guy. Do you see my point? And Janet would never threaten me because we got on like a house on fire. She was absolutely brilliant. Really helped me. She knew I had dyslexia, but she's a qualified teacher. Is Lee Brandon a qualified teacher at university? No. Was Matt Walden? No. Just got an osteopathic degree. Not a teacher, totally different. Same as Phil Lazide, the backstabber. Was he a teacher? No. He worked on computers abroad. That's how he made all his money, apparently. But I think he made all his money dodging his tax and being struck off 5 times. Go and Google it, HMRC. You'll see he's got 5 different accounts. Then Gavin Jennings, lying online, saying he's only got 30,000 in assets. When Cole Goodley has got more in assets than what he's got. That's why they attacked me. They were mates because I wouldn't give him his money back after 7 weeks. If it was like 5 days after the 10 days, yeah. But I was ringing him every fucking week. Absolutely disgusting. And I think that before Gavin taken over, I don't think that would have ever happened. Because John's a businessman, Alex is a businesswoman, Emma Lane is a businesswoman, and they would totally understand. You get people that are hard work, or people that shouldn't be working with practitioners because they want to take the piss. It's just, every business gets it. It's just normal. And you have to make sure you're protected against that. And I do. I get all my clients to sign a contract. Before I even start working with them, they sign the contract. They get a copy, I get a copy. To make sure I'm always legally covered. I've never been to court, ever, for a client. Because I do my job professionally. I don't cross the line. I wouldn't say to my client, let's go and smoke some dope together because Paul Chek does it. Because I know that would be setting me up for getting into a lot of trouble. Same when I do my holistic healing with my clients. I don't use anything apart from me emptying my bone, spirit coming into me and doing what spirit tells me to. It just takes over. I don't have to read anything, it just takes over. It comes into me and takes me over. Which is a real weird experience, but it happens and it works. That's the fundamental thing, it works. And I've always said that the Chek stuff works. It's just overly priced. And everyone's treated like a cash cow. All right, you've done like IMS 1, now you need to sign up for IMS 2. Now you need to do 3, then 4, then 5. Then once you've done 5, fuck off. Don't want to know you now. We're not going to help you at all. And that to me is wrong. Gavin should have a list of gyms where he could go, right, I'll put Peter there, Jane there, Paul there, David there. But they don't recognise it. And then in telling them to open up their own gyms, when I know 6 gyms that have all closed down. Open up your own therapy room. Pay all this money. And then he gets all the clients through C.H.E.K, where 99%, Google has said, 99% get no work from it. But they still need to pay that license. So they have, what was it? Estimated, I think, 4 million or 1 million. I can't remember the actual total off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up again. I think it's 4,500,000 that they make out of the license that no fucker asked for. If people asked for it, it was valid, no problem paying it. I would pay more. If they didn't hide me from Chek and I was getting regular leads, I wouldn't even be doing videos. If Gavin would have got on the phone and said, you know, what happened with this payment, I'd tell him what happened. He would go to Cole Goody and say to him, Cole, you're being a wanker. Scott tried to help you. He's a genuine guy. Why did you do that? And you're supposed to be teaching it to the energized guys. How can you teach it if you're not even practicing it yourself? You can't. Same as Paul, addiction. He can't get anybody over addiction because he's fucking addicted himself to everything. He's never lifted off his own mask. And from what I hear, he's been addicted since 2003. And if I would have known that, and that was knowledge to all of the practitioners, it wasn't knowledge until somebody leaked it out a few years later, on before the probably 2012, when Gavin took over, when Paul gets, oh, don't be surprised if you see me in a nightclub on ecstasy. What a complete and utter fucking wanker. My friend's wife died taking ecstasy in a nightclub. My sister was in a nightclub. She sees somebody die in front of her. I worked at Heaven nightclub for 2 years. See people carried out in a stretcher. I had to try and bring somebody round that fucking died, you wanker, Paul Chek. You can't see what you're doing because your ego is so fucking big. Come and live where I live. See the people shooting up in the doorways. See the people begging on the street just so they can get their next fix. See the girls whoring themselves out so they can get their next fix. I believe the 80s and 90s were the worst time for my generation. And the reason why, because they all started going fucking clubbing and popping pills like they were smarties. Like my two sisters, who are not mentally right now, in their 50s. Because of the drugs they were taking. And you can't see it, Paul Chek. Promoting it to the younger generation that are now taking cannabis that is 10 times the strength as what it was when I did it when I was 16, 17. Then I quit, and I've quit ever since. And what happens, Paul, if you stumble across or you're smoking with somebody and you don't know there's fentanyl in what you're smoking? You're fucked. And that could happen. Fentanyl was killing millions in America. How could you even do that? You're supposed to be the health and fitness holistic fucking guru, but it's really holistic fuck your head up guru. So then you have to come and pay me some money so I can fuck your head up even more. And it's happened to a lot of Chekkies I've heard over the years, where they set themselves too many things to change, then they crash and burn because they can't. Or they need to be coached in the right way. So remember that, Paul, every time you smoke a drug in front of people on YouTube, just think about the person that's dying in the hospital that's taken the ecstasy tablet that you bragged about at Lancashire. Just think about the kid that's shooting up in the street that's had mummy daddy problems. Or just think about the people that get shot and killed when trying to bring drugs into the countries. Or think about what's happening in America, where they're at war. The drug dealers are at war with each other, shooting. Same in London, drug dealers doing drive-bys, shooting each other. And you're saying it's all okay. If you didn't have any influence and you didn't have 143,000 followers on your YouTube channel, but only 1,000 watch now, sometimes 5,000, you just can't see you in a position of responsibility. And if you could see it, you wouldn't fucking do it. Just arrogance, greed, more greed, 2 wives, shagging the girls in the class if you can get away with it. Estimated 32 million in the bank. Are you ever going to use that? Paul Chek, how many people have you gone up to in a hospital bed that have got no money? Or somebody that's sick that got no money and given them $500? There you go, mate, there's a little gift. That's what a true healer does. That's what a true shaman does. Not just hoard it all for himself and self-greed. Same as Gavin. Exactly the same. Electric car. I mean, it's supposed to be holistic. It's supposed to be the CEO got an electric car that will never biodegrade all the time of the way you're fucking live. Absolute joke. Qualifications worthless. Teachers that are not qualified teachers in university. Teachers that threaten people. Teachers that assault people in the gym. How is that? How is that right? That's enough me. That's my rant over. Hope you enjoyed this video. Opened up your mind a little bit more. Like I said in the other video, I don't hate the C.H.E.K Institute. I hate what it's turned into. Just a cash grab. That's all it is. They're not there to help you to learn. They're there to get as much money out of you. And this bullshit bollocks about family. If it's a real family, why didn't they call my friend when his mum and dad were dying in a week between each other? He emailed Paul and he emailed Gavin. Zero, nothing. Because it's all about the fucking money. And do you know what it says in the Bible? When you've got everything, you end up with nothing. So if you believe in all that religious bullshit, Paul, you're going to end up with nothing when you die and you're the other side.